Rahim. And okay, but there's not the first of all. It should be Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So the two, although the both of them look the same, but the syllable type is different. In Rahman, the syllable is syllable type 4. In Rahim is syllable type 2. Here the vowel is between two consonants. Here the vowel is pronounced after the consonant. So make sure that you start straightening that out. They're not. They look the same, look similar, but the first syllable in them, one is syllable type 4 for the first one, and syllable type 2 for the second. Rah and Ra, Rah and Ra. Okay, and not the same. And of course, if you catch somebody saying Ra command, then you can hang them. It's all right. All right. What's the last syllable? Ra, Haim, Haim. What type? 4. I heard somebody say it very softly because they didn't want to tell us why.
Yes, I do.
All right, tell us why then.
Because the vowels is between two consonants.
Very good. All right, thank you. All right. Now, let's run through this next line. So we've done 2 lines. Let's run through this next line real fast now, okay? Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. All right. What type of syllable is L? You haven't had one before.
That's 3.
3. It's the first 3 that we've had. The vowel is here and it stops in the consonant position. The first one, syllable type 3. All right, the first one we've had.
3 stand for? If you may, I'm not sure, but I want to know.
What did you say now? What does it mean?
2 is, but 3.
3 is when you pronounce the vowel first and then stop in a consonant position.
Okay.
So we're saying the A and then we're stopping L. L. All right. That's like ab. You can see that one. That's why I say ab. But you can see that. Well, the L is the same process. You know, the consonant is inside the mouth where you're putting the tongue on the roof of your mouth. Okay. But it's the same process as ab. All right. L. So that's syllable type 3. The first one we've had today. Hello, syllable type 3. Welcome to the club. Yeah, glad you made it. Syllable type 3. Elham. Should be a sukoon on here. Elham. And what type of syllable is hum? Elham. 4 and why?
The vowel between 2 consonants.
The vowel is between 2 consonants. Let's move right along. Do. 2 and why? The consonant precedes the vowel. Precedes the vowel. Lil. Alhamdulillah. 4 and why?
Vowel is between 2 consonants.
The vowel is between 2 consonants. You're going to see by you repeating these definitions like this, everybody's going to have it pretty soon. Just by repeating it instead of just saying the number. You know what it is? It's kind of like I remember Miss Shepherd when we learned our multiplication table. Or division, or we just want to put the answer up there. No, show your work. That's what we ask you to do. When you define, when you tell us why, you're showing the work. Okay, show what you did in order to come up with that number. So show your work. Okay, Alhamdulillah. What type of syllable is law? We've had it already. 2. And why is it 2?
Consonant.
The consonant precedes the vowel. All right. He. 2 and why? The consonant precedes the vowel. Don't say all. Consonant? Yes, but I want you to repeat it. All right. All right. You keep repeating it, you'll have it. Alhamdulillahi Rabb. 4 and why is it 4? The vowel is between 2 consonants. So those of you who know you got this, you're helping me to teach the others. You see? And this is the purpose for going through all of this, is so that we can become teachers. What do you remember? Who's that said that? The Sheikh Gavar or something? Each one teach one? Well, y'all can teach 2. It's all right. 2 or 3. Rabbil. 4. And why is it 4? The vowel is between 2 consonants. Rabbil I. 2. And why? Consonant precedes the vowel. That same consonant that we had over here, I, that our name began with, right? Arjeen. Right. All right. All right. I la. What type of syllable is la? Two. And why? The consonant precedes the vowel. So, I mean, if we just have to deal with one person, what we do, we just designate that person as assistant teacher. Right, Brother Imam?
I'm learning.
All right. Okay. Mean. I mean. For. And why? Vowel is between two consonants. And this is the word, by the way, I mean, that they translate as world, right? Imam Mohammed taught us, I started to say something, I'll give you a southern phrase. He learned us better than that. He taught us better than that. All right? He didn't know nothing wrong with saying that's all the world. But what kind of world is this? It's a world of knowledge. Coming from the word ilima, which means to know. So ilmin is a world, and he said what? The systems of knowledge. I mean, whatever worlds come out of that, knowledge has a system to it. That's what we're giving you here. My good brother back there, Imam Charles Muhammad Abdullah, I heard him say that concerning my presentation, so I picked it up and gave it a name. He was telling the brother's not here today, but he was telling the brother over in Gary, he said, let our Deen teach it, because he teaches the system. That's what we work with, the system. And this system is called llmul-Ishtaqaaq. Thank you, Brother Imam, for making me come up with a name for it. llmul-Ishtaqaaq. Ilm is coming from the same root word as ilima. Same root word, ilima. Ilm, and shaqaqa means to break something up into parts. So ishtaqaq is syllabication. Or as if you go to the dictionary, it will tell you it's a sign of, they don't use the word syllabication. Etymology. It's etymology. Don't say so. They say it's etymology. This process is etymology. Etymology is a play on the word atom. It's a play on the word E-T-Y-M-O-L-O-G-Y. It's a play on the word atom. A-T-O-M. What is atom? It's the smallest particle that they knew for a long time before they came up with the smaller parts. All right? But they thought atom was the smallest part. Okay. Now, etom is a play on that word. Etymology, the study of the smallest parts of the word. That's what we're talking about. Etymology. Okay. So llmul-Ishtaqaaq is the science of syllabication, or the science of etymology, the science of the origin of the word. All right. Because more goes into it than just the sound, into Ishtaqaaq, and we'll be working on that as we go along. Also goes into that is finding the origin of the word. That's what etymology makes you do. Makes you go into, or instructs you to go into the origin of the word, thus giving that word, that derived word, its foundation for whatever meaning it has. Because in that word is going to have the DNA of its root word. Okay, and the root word will say, yeah, that's my boy over there. All right. Okay, we got one more line to do. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, and then Maliki Yawmiddin. Can we do that pretty quick now? Yeah. Ar-Rahman. Okay, the first syllable. Ar. Two. Who said that? Put him out. we have to find. Three. It's the three. That's right. Three. Because it starts the vowel, so you just lost your promotion. You were assistant teacher now. You got to work your way back up. You got one line, rest of this line to work your way back. All right. Other is syllable type 3. Syllable type 3 because the vowel is first and it's stopped in the other. Okay. I said syllable type 3. So that's the second syllable type 3 we had today, and I think we're through with syllable type 3 for this presentation today. All right. Yes, we are through with syllable type 3 for today. Okay. Rah. 4. And we've already done this word before, haven't we? Yeah. Only thing was it was connected to the word before it. And why is it syllable type 4? Vowels between two consonants. Mad.
4. 2.
Who said 2? That's right, Sister Ellen. 2. Why is it 2? Now, she wasn't even sitting down. She was moving, but she could hear it.
Right.
She could hear it. And that's, now I'm making that comment because that's what you want to do. If you hear it, you're supposed to be able to identify. She wasn't looking at it. She was at the pulse was between her. But she heard mad. I mean, I went him and then said air from the mad. That's what we want. All right? Mad. So that's syllable type 2. Where am I? Over here. All right. Near. 4 and why? The vowel is between two consonants. Ra. One. Ra. 2 and why? The consonant precedes the vowel. Okay. All right. And then Haim. 4 and why? The vowel is between two consonants. All right. Mad. We're in the next ayah now. Maliki Yawmiddin. Mad. 2. It's the same mad we had over here. Only thing it's in the middle of the word over here, and over here it's at the beginning of the word. But the same mad, silver type 2, and why? Consonant precedes the vowel. Li, mali. 2, and why? Consonant precedes the vowel. Ki. 2, and why? Don't tell me the same reason.
Vowel comes after the consonant.
Okay, you didn't turn around. The vowel comes after the consonant. That's good, but it's still the same thing. If the consonant comes before the vowel, then the vowel is coming after the consonant. So you ain't confused about it.
Checking you.
All right. Okay, yow, maliki yow.
3. No, it's 1.
What does this telling me?
I'm thinking 3.
Yow, no.
No, it's not. That's coming at the end.
Which one is it?
It's 2. It's 2. It's long, but it's 2. Yow. It's yeah. Remember I told you this letter here, you put a vowel on the top of it, it's going to become a consonant. This is this letter here. And then, but the vowel is a diphthong. Ow, yow, ow, yow.
That's that slider again.
That's that slider. Yow. All right, yow, and that's silver type 2. That's that vowel that wound up being a consonant because the vowel sign is on top of it. All right, we put a vowel sign with this above or below this letter, then it becomes a consonant. Yow, mid.
Back at
4, and why so?
because in between the scene is the vowel.
They're going to find different ways to say it. He's not going to keep saying the same thing.
It's too redundant.
But let that redundancy will help to retain.
Condition.
Maybe, yeah, condition. Maybe you don't need that redundancy, but some of us do, yes, sir.
It's called positive reinforcement.
Positive reinforcement. Thank you. She's given it a proper psychological name. Positive reinforcement. You know, even when we were doing that, even those of you who are old enough to remember when in school and the teacher would say, we're going to learn this in unison. Let's say it in unison. Right. And children would be able to say it who didn't know it. Why? Because that positive reinforcement they would get from both sides. Both sides. Right? So that's what it's called, positive reinforcement. Okay. So I had a student, well, I shouldn't take the time to, but I had a student who, he had a lot of problems. I'm not going to say that you know who he is. He couldn't see, and he was hard of hearing. And that boy, we had rules like this where we were breaking down the English language. And he wrote a paper on the language arts skills. That's what we call language. And we had a house. And we had a foundation of the house. And then we had listening, speaking, listening, and something like that. And then writing. He wrote a house. Wrote a paper on that and got up and read it. And his previous teacher said, how did you get him to do that? If she had seen his paper, she would have known that it really hadn't done anything. Because what you should do with students when they're first learning, he didn't have his words spelled right, but he had the concept because he got it from positive reinforcement. And so whatever he wrote down there, if he said that's what it was, I accepted. We'll learn how to spell it later. See, I accepted it. What was that doing? That was reinforcing, giving him confidence in what he was putting down. If I said, oh boy, you ain't got this, baby. He says, I ain't putting nothing down on no more. I'm putting nothing on that old man just embarrassed me.